What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another tournament recap for Season 7, Week 12. The Sunday tournament was won by Baker T, piling this new brew, a Grenzo list in the Jun colors. This deck is basically built around playing Grenzo and activating Grenzo as many times as you can, resulting in very interesting sort of 1-1s and 2-2s that will come into play with various effects. You can't. There are ways to kind of fix the bottom of your library, so be covering all that. But yeah, it's a very interesting deck. Let's start with the mana base. Like I said, it's a Jun color deck, so 22 lands. Auntie's Hollow. There is a sub sort of goblin thing. There are several goblins here, but you know, it's good to have this kind of awesome dual land of black red, especially when you're a base black red deck. The green, there's a lot of green present here, though it is to be like probably like. It's a necessary color, but having so many fours seems really interesting. But all you need is like a black red to start, and then it doesn't matter what colors your deck is anyway, because you're activating Grenzo. It costs 2 colors mana, so I guess you can kind of afford having all these sort of fours in your hand in your deck. Bloodthorn Vampire, sort of a kind of mini like aristocratic style feel. When you have a bunch of creatures, and plus, especially plus the disposable creatures, this guy can get really huge. Also combos with Mesmeric Fiend. You have the when this comes to play with the trigger on the stack, you can sacrifice it to the Bloodthorn Vampire, and the card will be exiled forever. Hooray! Nightshade Peddler here is a nice combo with Triskelion. If you remember my Wild Pair videos, this was one of my favorite combos, so putting these together is pretty sweet. It was kind of hard to do it as a one-of. Sylvan Ranger, another 1-1 that fixes your mana. Shuffling is an interesting thing. If you're trying to fix the bottom of your library sometimes, the shuffling can be a sort of detriment to you, but I guess getting your colors is more important. And sometimes if you know the bottom of your library, it's all lands and stuff like that, so it'd be kind of hard to kind of reset that. So just having a shuffle effect is kind of nice sometimes. But I guess fixing your mana is important in general. Behemoth Punisher, kind of like a Necrotal of sorts. I mean, Necrotal could be played in this deck, but in this way you can kind of like control it, because Necrotal is a must. This is a May. So it can kind of kill a smaller creature, or just kill any big creature with a -1/-1 counter. Cutting Spark Mage, also a great combo as Nightshade Peddler, but pretty much good on its own too. Kind of shoots down little creatures. Things like Goblin Lackey, Hermit Druid, I don't know, Phalanx Leader. Things like that, just small little X1s. Bo Nightly is a great card in this deck. It does a lot of different things. Putting counters on creatures is really good for Triskelion. Or you can pump your Grenzo for bigger things, although everything here, like I said, is either a 1-1 or a 2-2. You know, the killing things that are flying irrelevant. This deck is a little weak to flyers. Gaining 3 life is really good. I mean, it's always good to gain 3 life. But the last line here, put up to 4 target cards from your graveyard at the bottom of your library. It's really good, especially when your creatures are dead at some point. You just put them right back into the bottom of your library just for a Grenzo to get back into play. So that's pretty sweet. Cataclysm Sifter is another great sort of mechanic. Scry is really good. Scrying also puts cards in the bottom of your graveyard, especially when it comes to the Scion, so you actually instantly have a creature to use Cataclysm Sifter ability with it. So that's a pretty sweet sort of interaction. Marsh Flitter makes 2 extra goblins, so sort of like I said, the sub aristocratic theme where you can kind of get a bunch of creatures in play just to block a bunch. Also just flying, so it kind of gives you a little flying defense. Goblin Settler is pretty great, just kind of a stone rain on a creature. Sometimes you can kind of just like turn 2 Grenzo, turn 3, randomly get a Goblin Settler just to kill a land, so that's pretty neat. Murderous Redcap, also great. Kind of kills pretty much 2 things, I guess, or just goes to the face at worst with Persist. Triskelion is a 4, it's pretty great. In its essence, it's a 1-1. When it comes to play, though, it's a 4-4. So that's pretty cool. Also combos with Bo and Nylea. If you kind of attack, when you attack creature's death touch, so you can attack into Triskelion and then shoot a bunch of guys before blocks. So that's pretty great. Triskelion, I love Triskelion though. It's one of my favorite cards. Gigantomancer, another great 1-1 for 8 mana. So when it's in your hand, it's pretty terrible. But when you get out of Grenzo, it's pretty great. So I cut this card really early in Wild Pair because, like I said, when it's in your hand, it's pretty much like it's a mulligan. It's really bad. Deranged Hermit, again, another go wide sort of sub theme here. Makes 4 little squirrels, and they're all pretty awesome. So, also you can kind of loop things with the Echo. You don't pay the Echo, and you Bo Nylea back at the bottom of your library, then you Grenzo it back. So it's kind of a weird, funny loop here that you can make. Sentinel Totem is kind of the graveyard hate of choice here. Animancer is pretty great. Pretty good against those Hermit Druid decks playing all non-basics. You just kind of like put this guy into play and boom, they are taking like 6 to 7 damage. It's crazy. Extra Spark Mage for the smaller creatures. Spike Feeder for the sort of aggro decks. So gain you 4 life instantly, basically. More Edgy Pellers if you want to just shoot down things for Triskelion. Naturalizes for, opposing sort of graveyard hate. Or even things like, Teferi's Moat. And Compost for the black decks, just giving you extra card advantage here. Grenzo's a sweet one. This deck has a lot of different like customizations. I think like you don't have to be like just Jund. You could probably be like Mardu or just any color combination. Even black red is fine. And there's so many different creatures that like power 1 or 2 that you can play, or even 3. You can go up like 1 a little bit. But the deck's pretty sweet. We've seen it before. If you're actually a fan of history, this deck has kind of been played before in other sort of like aspects. But it's good to see it back. So, if you want to see the other deck list for the tournament, check the description below. There's a link. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you next time.